Well, good morning. Top of the morning. Give this a little try here. I'm decided to drag the computer outside and have a little fun. Maybe at somebody else's expense. Well, what we got here is a little eBay auction that a friend hit me to. And this gentleman's just trying to sell his FRG-700. And I kind of like these holes. They're quite lovely, and according to the auction, the seller is trying to raise funds to go to, I don't know, let's find out here. I suppose I can just get down there. I thought we were trying to raise funds to go to Bible college. That's it. That's pretty, that isn't going to come out right, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's a pretty laudable goal. Nothing wrong with that. And he's even got a bid, so he's well on his way. Too bad he's given up his FRG, and the auction says that actually somebody else punched these holes in here. It looks like they were shot in there. Oh well. Good luck to you. Anyway, how about something maybe a little tougher? So this is what I've been calling the FRG-7 train wreck. And at first glance, doesn't look too bad. It's missing a switch. Sometimes you see the FRG-7 without these little red power switches, and they just snap on there. And it's not anything big, but you can still get these switches, or you can just reach in there with a pin, as the buyer, or the seller pointed out. I can't remember. Did I say buyer on that last guy? I may have. I don't know. Other than it's dirty, it doesn't look that horrible. So we get off to the side here, and the auction says that it's used, and it also says now that handle might have a cut in it. I can't tell, but we're doing pretty good. Now on this side, things are starting to get a little rougher. We're missing the little rubber feet. Again, no big deal breaker. It's pretty kind of dingy, dirty. Greg pointed out, the case looks a little bleached, and again you can see the dirt collects in the wells there. And we get to the back here. Now things start to change a little bit. Uh-oh. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the FRG-7, this is the battery compartment. It also houses a death beam. No, not really. I'm just funning around this morning. And yeah, that battery tray looks a little gunky, and it's broke. And a little more gunk. And we'll just cut to the chase here. This is where the kind of the meat and the potatoes are. It's pretty nasty in there. I don't know. And I did see one other little time bomb here. Is that it? Oh, here we go. We'll go back to this picture. You can see along the bottom edge here, it looks like the batteries have corroded and run down. And it looks like it may have run clear over to this corner where the antenna connections are there. Pretty nasty. Anyway, so about 80 bucks and a few bucks shipping. Anyway, I bought this, and the reason I bought this was I wanted to see how really pourable these are in this condition. And I wanted a challenge. You know, a lot of the radios I find, if you follow my channel, a lot of them, the cases are a little dinged up. You know, they're 50 years old, a lot of them. But nothing major. But this is a different story. This poor old gal is in pretty bad shape, and the auction even says it needs a little TLC. Now, it did say in the auction that the seller powered it up and it has static, but of course cleverly neglected to hook an antenna up to it. You know, you probably could have used your finger and got a local broadcast station off of the broadcast band, but that's okay. And if anything, if worse comes to worse, and this goes horribly wrong, there's a number of parts there. The face, as Greg pointed out, is in very good shape. The speaker isn't dented in, and the little well there, you know, the face could be transplanted into another machine. So what my plan here is I just bought this yesterday, and I actually got a confirmation from the seller already. These are already boxed up, and put a shipping label on it and paid for postage, or actually shipping. It's coming not FedEx, UPS. And we'll just go through the motions here, and my plan is that nothing will be edited out or held back, so be forewarned. There might be some maybe more adult orientated, or let me rephrase it, maybe some colorful colloquialisms. Maybe that might be a good word, but I don't know. We'll see. And so the idea here is I'll get it, and we'll rip the box open and see how really bad it is, and see what we got to do to affect some repairs. Now, my plan is to get this and skin it, get the case off of it, and look it over, and probably power it up. Like I said, the seller says he's powered it up, but we'll power it up with the dim bulb tester and see what it's like, and see if we can get the electronics to run. Once we get the electronics fixed up, then we'll go after the case, and I'll take suggestions on the case. I can either give it a good scrubbing first, which is probably what I'm going to do, so if you want to suggest that, I'm probably going to do it anyway, and see what the real damage is. Like this back door, this doesn't look too bad, and probably what I'm going to do is remove those 4 screws and those little clasps, those little pop fasteners, and see what it's going to take to get that corrosion off of there. I don't think a lot. On the inside might be a different story, but you know, a coat of primer and a nice coat of paint may be the order of the day. We'll have to see. Lower on the case where that jack is, again, I might have to get out the wire wheel and sand that off. Now inside here, wherever that is, might be a different story. I've been looking at this very carefully, and I can't tell if this is just surface corrosion and it's very nasty, or if it's actually get to the point where sometimes that battery corrosion can get so bad that it actually will delaminate the metal, and it's just garbage. So you be the judge. Presented for your approval, the FRG-7 train wreck. This is bad in here. There's that battery holder sits in a little rail system, so you can see it's pretty crumbed up. I'll probably soak this in some penetrating oil, see if we can loosen the rust up. Another thing I could do is this is probably all plated. I could have this replated. We have a couple plating shops here in town that are very, very friendly people. They're little mom and pop places. They've been around for years, and I've had doings with them over the years. Now the case, I could probably leave alone, or I could carefully sand it and primer it and repaint it. Now getting the paint to match might be a bit of a trick. It may never match, but we could go to a local car paint place and see if they could do a little computer matching for us. I don't know, it might be a fun little project. I usually don't take on too many body work projects or those type of things. We'll see what happens. How's that sound? Anyway, have a groovy day, and we'll get back to you. And don't worry, I haven't forgot about my other projects here. They're just, a lot of them are kind of waiting for parts. Take it easy. Have a groovy day.